Deep within the ancient caves of forgotten civilizations, a prophecy once whispered of a time when humanity would lose touch with its most powerful secret, the sacred breath. It warned that when this vital knowledge faded, our inner strength would weaken, our minds would cloud, and our hearts would be filled with unrest. Looking at the chaos and stress of modern life, it seems that prophecy has come true. But there is hope. The same breath we take for granted every second holds the key to unlocking energy, clarity, and peace far beyond what we think is possible. The ancients were not mistaken when they called breath the bridge between life and spirit. Yogic masters who spent lifetimes exploring the inner dimensions of existence discovered that every inhale and exhale shapes the way we think, feel, and even perceive reality. They developed techniques so powerful that they were hidden in secret schools for centuries, passed only from teacher to student. Among these techniques lies a practice known as alternate nostril breathing, a deceptively simple exercise that, when mastered, can transform the mind and body in just minutes a day. Modern science has confirmed what these masters knew long ago. Each nostril controls different hemispheres of the brain. The left nostril connects to creativity, intuition, and emotional depth, while the right is linked to logic, focus, and structure. Most of us live out of balance, with one side dominating, leading to confusion, stress, and even illness. Through breathwork, these two sides can be harmonized, awakening a clarity and energy that feels almost supernatural. This isn't just theory. The breath influences everything: our heart rate, our nervous system, and even the hormones that govern our mood and focus. When you take shallow, irregular breaths, your body responds as if it's under attack. Anxiety rises, your energy crashes, and your mind becomes scattered. But with deliberate, balanced breathing, the entire system returns to harmony. You become calmer, sharper, and more resilient. The method passed down by yogic sages is surprisingly simple, using the thumb and pinky finger to alternately block and open each nostril while breathing in and out in a controlled rhythm. It's known as Nadi Shodhana, which translates to purification of the channels. In just 5 minutes of focused practice, this technique can clear mental fog, balance your emotions, and realign your energy. Practitioners describe it as feeling like a mental reset, a wave of peace and clarity sweeping over them. But why is this technique considered forbidden or sacred? In ancient times, the breath was understood as life itself, prana, the vital energy that animates every living being. To misuse it was to misuse life. Masters believed that if humanity abused these powerful techniques without understanding their spiritual depth, the results could lead to imbalance, chaos, or even harm. That is why these practices were taught only to those who had proven discipline and respect for the power of breath. Today, this knowledge is no longer locked away in caves. We have access to it, but few truly understand its depth. Most people still look outside themselves for energy through caffeine, stimulants, or artificial fixes, never realizing that the most potent source of vitality is within them. Every conscious breath is like a key turning in a lock, opening the doors to both physical energy and mental clarity. One of the most fascinating aspects of this practice is how quickly it can shift your state of being. Within seconds of starting alternate nostril breathing, your heart rate slows, your mind begins to quiet, and your body enters a state of deep balance. Over time, this effect becomes lasting. With daily practice, old habits of stress and overthinking begin to dissolve. You start responding to challenges with a calm, steady focus, rather than being swept away by anxiety or anger. Consider how powerful it is to have control over your emotional state with something as simple as breath. Anger, fear, and sadness all have distinct breathing patterns. When you're scared, your breath is shallow and fast. When you're angry, it becomes harsh and uneven. By deliberately controlling the breath, you gain direct access to your emotional state, allowing you to shift it at will. This is why yogic masters refer to the breath as the cord connecting the body and soul. The beauty of alternate nostril breathing is that it doesn't require special equipment or hours of meditation. 5 minutes in the morning is enough to notice profound changes. Start by sitting with your spine straight but relaxed. Rest your left hand on your lap and bring your right hand up to your nose. Close the right nostril with your thumb, exhale through the left, then inhale deeply through the left nostril. Switch by closing the left with your pinky, release the right nostril, and exhale through it. That's one cycle. Continue this pattern for a few minutes, keeping your breath slow and steady, as if you were barely moving the air. The changes this brings to daily life are remarkable. You may wake up feeling more refreshed and focused. Tasks that once seemed overwhelming become easier, and even your relationships can improve because you're no longer reacting to stress triggers with the same intensity. It's as if the breath clears away the clutter from both your mind and heart. Yogic texts describe this practice as a way to activate the Sushumna Nadi, the central energy channel in the body. When this channel is open, your creative and logical minds begin to work together instead of in conflict. This harmony allows you to align with your true intentions, manifesting goals with greater ease. You no longer sabotage yourself with inner conflict or doubt because your entire being, conscious and unconscious, moves in the same direction. Over time, even deeper benefits unfold. Some practitioners report a heightened sense of intuition, as if they can sense the right path before it's obvious. Others experience increased resilience in the face of stress, a kind of inner calm that no external challenge can shake. Science supports this too, showing that controlled nasal breathing balances the autonomic nervous system, reduces cortisol, the stress hormone, and even improves brain function. One powerful aspect of this practice is setting an intention before you begin. When you breathe with focus and purpose, your intention seems to sink deeper into your subconscious. Whether you want to improve your health, attract success, or simply find peace, the breath acts as a bridge between your conscious desire and your unconscious mind. With consistent practice, you begin to notice that life itself starts to align with your inner goals. This alignment is not magic in the sense of instant miracles, but it is magical in how naturally it works. It's like tuning an instrument. Once the mind and body are in harmony, everything flows with less resistance. Opportunities arise, your energy levels soar, and you see solutions to problems that once felt overwhelming. To truly experience this transformation, consistency is key. A 40-day challenge of daily practice is often recommended. Keep a simple journal of how you feel before and after each session. By day 10, you may notice your mind is clearer and your mood lighter. By day 20, old patterns of stress or negativity may begin to dissolve. By day 40, you'll likely feel like a different person, more balanced, more creative, and more alive. Breathwork also creates a ripple effect on the world around you. When you are calm and centered, your interactions with others shift. You listen more deeply, respond with kindness, and reduce unnecessary conflict. Even if others don't know you're practicing breath control, they feel the change in your energy. This can lead to improved relationships, better teamwork, and a greater sense of connection. Beyond the personal benefits, the breath connects us to something larger, a sense of oneness with life itself. Ancient traditions from around the world, from yogic teachings to Native American practices, recognized breath as the thread that links the individual to the universe. When you breathe with awareness, you're not just nourishing your body, you're tapping into the same life force that flows through all of existence. The prophecy of forgetting the sacred breath was not meant to bring fear, but but to awaken us. It's a reminder that the answers we seek are not out there somewhere. They are within, waiting to be remembered. Every conscious breath is a step toward reclaiming that power, toward lighting up the inner flame that guides us through even the darkest times. If you commit to this simple yet profound practice, you'll discover that the smallest act, breathing, can bring the biggest transformation. It's not about escaping life, but embracing it with clarity, strength, and purpose. The ancient masters left us this gift, and it's up to us to use it. All it takes is a few minutes each day, a willingness to pause, and the courage to turn inward. From there, everything begins to shift.